Hey guys, thanks for checking out this video, my sports Gematria. I really appreciate it. In this video, I'm going to show you guys how I come up with my daily numbers, my date numerology. I consider this my foundation. This is where I start. And so what they are, we got the Gregorian calendar here. Today's date, September the 20th, 2019. This is the date numerology here, and I'm going to show you how I get those numbers. Today is the 263rd day of the year, leaving 102 left. And then the top here is the Gematria for these numbers right here, just in the first two ciphers. We're going to skip this part for right here. This is the calendar I made up. I call it the Gregorian religious calendar. This is the second secret hidden calendar that no one knows about. It holds the secret truth. And then right here we have the two Hebrew calendars. We have the Hebrew civil calendar as well as the Hebrew religious calendar. We have their date numerology, and I'll show you how I get those. It's the same exact process as I get in these numbers up here. I get in these numbers. I don't know how to talk right, you guys. So bear with me in my videos. And then I have the day of the year. Day of the year. The Hebrew civil calendar, this particular year is in a leap year. So we have 13 months in this particular leap year. And it's coming to an end. There's only 29 days in this month. 29 days. And then it will be the 1st of the 7th. Alright, so let's start up here. So this is how you do it. So today's date, 9 plus 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 0 plus 1 plus 9 equals 23. So we have 23 here. 9 plus 20 plus 2 plus 0 plus 1 plus 9. 9. 41. 9 plus 20 plus 19. 48. 9 plus 20 plus 20 plus 19 equals 68. So as you can see, very exciting stuff. But this is the only 4 ways that I do date numerology. I know there's other ways you can do date numerology too. But I keep myself limited to these 4 and these 4 only. When the date changes down to a single digit, or if it changes from, say, like 19 to 20, sometimes you'll only have 3 numbers versus 4 numbers. Or you'll come from 3 numbers and get 4 numbers. Now the same goes, now this is the same thing I use for this date numerology down here. So on the Hebrew civil, we'll get rid of this. It's 2 plus 0 plus 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7 plus 7 plus 9 equals 34. 20 plus 13 plus 5 plus 7 plus 7 plus 9 equals 61. 20 plus 13 plus 79 equals 112. 20 plus 13 plus 57 plus 79 equals 169, which has a square root of 13. And that's how you do the Hebrew civil. And the religious is the exact same way. It's just different month. Instead of the 13, right, you have the 6. So you just take away the 13 and add the 6. 36. 6. Oop. 6, 54, 6, 105, 6, 162. And that's how I come up with my daily numbers. When it comes to the day of the year, this is just looking up on what day of the year on the calendar is. I just Google it. And then for the Hebrew calendar, I use a day marker. So I just find out what was the first month for this year. And from that first day to today's date will give you a total span of 376 days. And then for the Hebrew religious, the first day of the first month for this calendar was in April, I believe, April 6th, or somewhere around there. And so from that day to today, it's a total span of 168 days. So this is the 168th day of the year. This is the 376th day of the year. Same thing with the Gregorian. From January 1st to today is the total span of 263. It's the 263rd day of the year. And then Google allows me to have this information, the 102nd day, or 102 days left in the year, which I don't have for the Hebrew calendar. And I don't really want to keep track of it either. Okay, so now that we have that, let's do the numbers for the weekend. So we just go bloop, copy. We'll see what tomorrow's numbers are like. We go, tomorrow's the 21st, 24, 42, 49, 69, 64th, 101, then we'll do 24, 42, 49, 69. And then I'm going to do this calendar here. This is my Gregorian religious calendar that I completely made up for a good reason. 83. And then on the Hebrew civil will be the 21st. So you just change it to 35, 62, 113, 170, 377. I think that's a prime number. 21, 37, 55, 106, 163, 169 with the square root of 13. Now let's do Sunday's numbers. 22nd, 25th, 43, 50, 70, 265, 100, 322, 19, 44, 64, 84. I know this is exciting. 22, 36, 63, 22. Alright, so now we have the weekend numbers. And then we can keep going. And all you got to do is just copy, paste, and just follow. And make sure you do the math when the numbers change. So for example, the numbers are going to change when it goes from like a single digit to a double digit, or from like a double digit to with a 0. So like 10, 20, 30. And same over here. But so where I get this, so I'll let you guys know where I get my fourth made up calendar. I really like this calendar. I don't use it for picking games. I just follow it because I think it's hilarious. The reason why I have it here is because we have the Gregorian silver calendar. So they call it the Gregorian civil calendar. The origin of the Gregorian civil calendar, Harvard EDU. Alright, so they call it the Gregorian civil calendar. It's what we go by. But the Hebrew calendar has a civil side and a religious side. So they have two sides. And our civil side changes the year on the calendar, just like their civil side changes the year. So at the end of the month of September, on September 30th, it's going to be the first day of the first month of the new year, 5780. However, they also have a Hebrew religious calendar. And so what I'm talking about here is Nisan, which is the first month of the Hebrew religious calendar. It's also the 7th month of the civil year. Okay. And then we have Tishri. I'm totally probably butchering that, and people hate me for it. But this is the first month of the civil year, which is also the 7th month of the religious calendar. So let's look at astrology wheel here. So you can see that Nisan right here, if you're looking to the screen to the right, Nisan, oop, didn't mean to do that. Nisan happens somewhere between March and April, which is the religious calendar. Trishri, I totally probably butchered that, happens between September, October, okay, which is the civil Hebrew calendar. Our calendar happens over here near Tevet, 1st of January. So why isn't there a fourth calendar over here at Tammuz, or shall I say, July 1st? Alright, so there'll be the four calendars, the four sides, the cross of the zodiac. We know it's the Gregorian civil. We know the Hebrew calendar has a Gregorian civil and a religious. Why doesn't the Gregorian have a religious calendar? Alright. I'll see you guys later.